Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, is directed by George Miller and also written by George Miller and Nico Lathuris. It is the fifth installment in the Mad Max film franchise, serving as both a spin-off and a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road, which was a big surprise hit back in 2015 and was an Oscar-nominated and Oscar-winning film. This film stars Anya Taylor-Joy as Furiosa, who the character was originally played by Charlize Theron in Fury Road. And in this film, also Chris Hemsworth is Dementus, who is a warlord leader of a biker gang who kind of abducts Furiosa. And also that we have Immortan Joe from Fury Road. If you know who Immortan Joe is, then you know exactly what this character is about. Now, this is a prequel to Fury Road, as I stated, and kind of tells the story of Furiosa, Charlize Theron's character, when she's younger. It's very interesting that George Miller went this route for a story and not focusing on Mad Max at all. It kind of then leads up to Fury Road in a way, but it begins with a young Furiosa being kidnapped from her home where everything is lush, beautiful, no worries, no problems, but with no explanation why Chris Hemsworth, Dementus' character, is kidnapping her or kidnapped her. He ends up bringing her to see Immortan Joe. The aspect of what Immortan Joe and seeing Dementus as Chris Hemsworth's character is really, really interesting. You can tell that Chris Hemsworth had a blast with this role, and it's really, really good to see. Just the prosthetic of the nose and then just him doing his own thing and just being so boisterous is very different and something you wouldn't see from Chris Hemsworth unless you're watching a Marvel movie where he plays Thor. Now, as I stated, Dementus takes Furiosa to Immortan Joe in the Citadel in order to make a deal to run Gastown. Furiosa ends up being used as part of the bargaining chip, which kind of then, realizing that Joe in a way uses women for certain aspects and reasons, won't go into that, it's explained in Fury Road. The young Furiosa then decides to take matters into her own hands and decides to escape. This in a good way, it's good. We see the young Furiosa in this, the actress who plays the young version, the girl. She's really, really good. But then, here's my thing. We don't see Anya Taylor-Joy in this until 45 minutes to an hour into this movie.
What?
Yes, it's a very long time. You think, oh, we're going to see her right away. No, the build-up is there, and then she comes in, and it's just, holy shnikes, what is happening and what's going on? Once she takes over the role, Anya Taylor-Joy is very different than what she's ever done in her filmography career. She's done horror, she's done drama, she's done thrillers, she's done great action, but this is what is, I think, you're going to see her as an action star. You could see more movies with her in action films. And that's mostly the point of Furiosa, where it stops being an aspect of she's a supporting character in her own movie. Because she's in it, she's there. She doesn't have much dialogue. Not like Tom Hardy had in Fury Road, where he didn't have any dialogue at all. While the action is great, George Miller knocks it out of the ballpark, and this movie just hits its mark. The action is over the top great. It's a grand scale. I saw this in IMAX, and I was really blown away by the set pieces, the set design, the editing, the sound design. Like, unimaginable craziness that you thought Mad Max Fury Road was, okay, it did its part, it did its thing, it had its cast of characters. But what really worked is the sound design, the CGI aspect to it. It just works so, so well. And seeing that Immortan Joe was the villain in that film and seeing a younger version of him in this film. Now, I do want to do a little tangent. The actor who played Immortan Joe in Fury Road did pass away within the time of Fury Road and this film, so a new actor takes over that mantle of Immortan Joe. Other than that, the story does drag on at points, but it has over-the-top acting from Chris Hemsworth, Dementus. Love the name Dementus, so, so good. And seeing the aspect of what Anya Taylor-Joy's character Furiosa goes through is absolutely incredible and insane. There are some minor moments where the CGI is wonky at times, and it's like, oh, okay. Or some quick edits where it's just like, well, there's a car in the background coming up, and all of a sudden it's already at the forefront. it's interesting, so to speak. The movie is 2 hours and 28 minutes, 148 minutes long. It does its point to get there, but for the time it is, it's good because, like I said, 45 minutes to an hour, Furiosa, Anna Taylor-Joy comes into the movie. If it started off with her and she does kind of carry the movie, but then I would say that Chris Hemsworth's character, Dementus, carries the movie. While Fury Road is a superior film, an Oscar nominated winning film, like I stated at the beginning of this review, and probably the best film to come out in the last 15 years action wise, I don't see this movie being on par with that or being Oscar nominated or an Oscar winner. It could be, maybe for the technical awards for sound design and editing and sound mixing. Yes, I see that. But most of the crew did come back from Fury Road for this, and it's a fun movie from start to finish. It's a modern day epic. Back in the day, you had Ben-Hur as your epic, Lawrence of Arabia, The Ten Commandments. Those were considered epics. Right now, George Miller is directing his own version of epics with Mad Max Fury Road, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. But his previous film, 3,000 Years Longing, I believe, with Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton, did not hit the mark. That is also an epic film. But for what this is, it's fun, it's empowering, it's great to see. The action is what brings you in, and it's an absolutely fun time. The only thing that I have to say about this movie that I didn't like was the runtime. A little bit too long, and it just, it goes into the aspect of you see the character of Furiosa from Fury Road. It's like, oh, Charlize Theron, okay, now he's going to the prequel, the story of that. Very smart idea, very, very interesting. What will George Miller do next? That's what I want to see and find out. For me, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, gets 4.5 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story, knowing that this is a prequel to Fury Road? Did you like that idea? Who was your favorite character? Who was your least favorite character? Did you think Chris Hemsworth had a time of his life making this film? Was Anya Taylor-Joy the right choice to play Furiosa? And do you want to see more Mad Max films from George Miller? And also let me know what rating you would give Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked. And be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new review videos on my channel. I'll see you all in the next review video. I'm Mr. Filmstock, and thank you so much for tuning in.